It says I should be streaming. All right, so we got some people back. Sorry about the interruption, guys. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but for whatever reason, I am not seeing live video or chat or anything. I mean, as long as you guys can see me, it's all good. So, all right, we'll go with this. So I wanted to, because I realized last week that the camera did not show from the side right at the end. So I was showing you guys and you couldn't really see it. So I figured I'd take a couple minutes and just kind of show this off this week so y'all got the full effect, not just from the little clip that was in the time lapse. That's cool, Grumpy. I appreciate you being in, man. We'll let a few more people come back. I know I lost Amy Jo and a couple of others. So how's the audio? Is it okay? I got the mic at a new spot, trying to get things a little bit more cohesive. Ain't nobody wants to see you anytime. Thanks, Grumpy. Okay, cool. How many are we? 8 watching? Cool. All right, so we are going to start off today. We're going to make another one of these guys. This is a pin cushion for sewing. Whoops, there we go. And my wife asked me to make one for her. So we're going to start off with that today. And then if we have time, we're going to jump over and we're going to make a little wallet card holder. It's season is coming up for the artisan shop. It opens May 1st. So I've got some pens to turn. I've got a couple more wallets to make. This is one of my best-selling designs. These go over really big. So I've got a few of these to crank out. But this is just a straight card holder. And it does pretty well. It's a friction fit. And I like it. And it's a fairly simple project too. The patterns to both of these were linked in the original live. But I will be putting the links back in at the end of today's live. These are from Diesel Punk RO. Tony C does, same guy that did the plague helmet or plague mask that I did a couple weeks ago. Really good designs, really functional. And if you're looking to get into leathercraft or just try your hand at it, I can't really recommend him enough. He's an excellent teacher. So let's look at some leather real quick and decide what colors we're going to make this. I think I want to do just a vegetable tan for the pincushion. So probably just going to use something like this. And I don't need much of it, so let's get enough parts out and measure. It should be. Hey, Steve, Michael, Amy Jo, welcome back. Sorry to have to bail on y'all earlier. I honestly thought that the live hadn't started on my end until I went back to copy some of the information to restart it and realized the video was playing. So anyway, here we are. And I can't paint with my regular paints today, but I can probably manage to get some airbrushing in. Hey, Suzanne, welcome in. Hey, Dee Dee. Poundy board. Actually, let's get these cut out first. Come on. before I get started on this, since I know that a couple are back that weren't in here before, I'm gonna pull that helmet out one more time. As Suzanne and Amy Jo, this is a better look at that helmet from last week, since y'all didn't get to see it from the side at the end of the live. And if you guys could do me a favor, and if I'm doing the camera 1, camera 2 thing, and it looks like I'm talking to camera 2, but you guys are looking from the overhead camera, somebody pop in the chat and let me know that the camera's froze, just so I can stop playing with the other camera. So let's get these holes punched, and then we'll get everything cut out again. I love the little Jurassic Park thud that the camera gets now from the leather. You know, I saw her say that last week, and it took me a minute, and then I remembered the Scarab. I can't remember what album it was, but yeah. Does it? Special effects, man. Special effects. Thank you. I'll maybe next week I'll put a little Vaseline around the corners of the camera, like a little vignette. We'll just go straight 70s and 80s special effects on these things. How's the sound for the hammering? It should just be a nice little pop if I adjusted it the way I think I adjusted it. Just missing a cup of water. Oh, hold on. Would whiskey work? Oh, it's disappointing. It's not shaking. Yeah, a little bit. Hey, OP, welcome in. All right, so I'm sure I don't know if you guys can see, I'm gonna show y'all. This is so important when you're doing this because how straight you get these holes determines how straight your stitches come out. And you can see right here that this one got a little wonky. So when I come around putting the gusset in, I'm gonna have one stitch that's gonna make a little juk, and that's gonna drive me nuts. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. So this is what, when you get them right, that's what your stitches should look like. Should look like a machine did them. And that's what I strive for because I love how that looks. Thank you, Grumpy. All right, 1 second. I was texting Zan. Are you parked today, Slaughter? Is that why you're in? Oh, crud. Ooh, that's going to be a bad one. You'll see that. Oh, no. Here. Look at how far off that one got. Ouch. Oh, I forgot you would. I didn't realize you would started that soon. That's cool. Yeah, I thought you were on the road for another month or two before that gig rolled out, but that's cool, man. I'm glad that you got that started up pretty fast. HDE maybe? I don't know. Switch over. So now I'm going to switch over to this is a 1 mil punch instead of a 1.8. And then that'll take out the spiral, which is actually where the pins go. Zan, did you get my text? And also, if you could find some polyfill for me, I just need a little handful of it that I can stuff inside of this. Thank you very much. Or if you don't know where the polyfill is offhand, if you can just find old yarn or anything I can just kind of stuff in here to help hold the needles up. Slaughter, how's that wallet holding up that I made for you? Yeah, come in. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Cool. Appreciate it. Haha, polyfill. What did you get censored for? Who is who, Amy Jo? Rocket surgeon? Oh, it's some, I don't know. Don't get me started on that. I was looking for stuff that I could add to the stream. And then like little pop-ups and stuff just that would be automated. And they added in this AI moderator bot thing, and I haven't been able to figure out how to get rid of it. So it's stupid. I just think it's funny that Becky got hit with it last week, and now Slaughter's getting hit with it this week. They're married, and they're the only two to have ever triggered it. Good. Glad to hear it, man. Cool. Enjoy. All right. That's that for a little bit. Who are y'all talking about, Michael? Why is that, Chris? Ah, gotcha. Well, it's my fault. I loaded the software and didn't realize what it was going to be doing. So I should have done better due diligence and I didn't. So I don't, you know, it's doing what I told it could do. But I'll get it fixed. I actually forgot that I was going live today until Amy Jo said something about it in somebody else's live last night. And I'm like, oops, I guess I better plan something. Right on, man. I'll have to look him up. Should have cut the inside first. Dang it. I do believe I told myself that last time I did this. Something like that. Part of the problem is I have boxes and boxes of these patterns that I bought over the years and made, and most of them have just a little something that needs to be done special for the pattern, whether it's the order in which you put a certain set of stitches in or something along those lines. But once you've done them and then you come back to do them again, it's like, what did I do on this one? How did I do this one? And they all have videos, you know, so I mean, go back and watch them, but then I'd spend more time watching videos. All right. Black leather dye. Q-tip. Now this part's going to get painted somewhat black, so that's the only reason I'm taking time to stain the edges on it. The others will get burnished naturally. Oh, look at that lovely. Knew I should have put gloves on. Let that dry for a second. Ooh, that stuff's cold. All right, that's better. There. Where's my token roll? And then this stuff is just a little bit of burnishing cream. It helps moisten the leather up so that it doesn't burn when I put the burnishing tool on it. Also helps you get that nice slick look on the burnish. You get that nice shiny edge. And you don't have to use this stuff. It's not like it's a necessity. You could actually just lick your finger and dampen the edges and it would burnish. Not quite the same, but pretty darn close. A chunk of beeswax will do the same thing. In fact, I may end up hitting this with some beeswax after. Get it started with this and then polish the edges a little bit more. All right. Oh, wait, I want to put some here too. All right. All right, so that's that. Let's see. All right. There it is. All right. Get these edges burnished. All right, so here's so this is a piece fresh cut, no cream or anything, just as is. Then here's a piece after I just kind of put the Tokonole on it to sit and soak in. You can see the leather's a little bit darker around there. And then after you polish it, you see it gets that nice hard sheen on the edge. Looks really nice. right. Let me get my air compressor plugged in real quick, as usual. And then we'll get a little bit of spraying done on this thing. Oh, where'd my chat go? Oh no. Oh, there it is. All right. Air compressor. Chocolate. Some flavor. Boo. All right, now which do y'all want, this camera or this camera for the airbrushy parts? View one it is then. So we're going to do this in kind of stages, light to dark. So put the little spiral in there. And then this one's the bottom, so it doesn't really matter. We'll just kind of distress it a little bit. And then for the sides, we'll come back just like we did on the top band. We'll go right down the middle. Hi, Amber. Welcome in. Good to have you here today. Hope your day is going well. Thanks, Michael. All right, so now we're going to switch over to a chocolate colored dye. Start bringing this thing together a little bit. Can you also, yeah, y'all can see that strip pretty good. There we go. And that gives that a little worn, aged look. All right, let's get a little bit of black dye now. Okay, same can be said for all of y'all. Grumpy, post your links up. Well, at least at yeah, Slaughter, that's him. At least give the ats, and then Zan can repost the pages for y'all. I'm not sure how many people are in here right now because I can't have my stats page up, but anybody that's new to the channel, most of the people you see in the chat all have channels, and they are a bunch of very talented artists. Highly recommend you check them out. Resolene. Okay, so thought I had all my dyes out. 1 second, guys, while I grab my protective coat for the leather. That's funny. I've never seen it do that before. All right, let's see something interesting together here, folks. This bottle's old, but when I went to shake it, look at that. That's so weird looking. It turned to, it's like crystals. Huh. It sounds like sand when I shake it. That's bizarre. Huh. All right. Well. I guess we'll go with just some wax. No, not Grumpy. He's right. Now you can see here that some of the dyes coming up, that's the fact that I didn't get the Resolene down on it, which is the acrylic finisher. So I'll have to go back and do a little touch up around some of this, but so now the question is, we have all the parts. Stick y'all back onto the top camera here. So just like this one, you'll have the outer ring, the spiral, this is the base, and then this is the gusset. So the question is, what color thread do we use? Got a nice red. That tan would stand out pretty nice. I could go, got a nice gray. That's a nice medium gray. That would look pretty good probably. And then I've got teal-ish. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any pink thread, and she already said no pink, man. See, I came prepared, dude. I have my pink paint out and everything. I don't know what's going on here. YouTube says I have 2 lives running at the same time right now. I am so confused. Have you checked out Mad Micah's Grumpy? All right. Oh, do you want to see the black next to it? All right, so there's the black and the teal. Yeah, they've got some absolutely crazy micas. And their color spectrum is nuts because they're like, here's some yellow, and then they'll have like 20 yellows. Or at least they did. It's Zan and I used them for making soaps. It's been a while since I've shopped there, but they used to have an excellent selection of color. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that black and red. Yeah, it would disappear, Chris. So I'm wondering if maybe I've got 2 rings to do on the top. So maybe like the black ring here in the middle and then the red ring on the outside. I don't know. I could have sworn I had an open teal. Guess not. No. Does that look all right? I think so too. No, you don't. All right. We'll go with the teal. I don't know why we're going to do that. All right, this week I'm going to try and sew where you guys can see me and not off camera for most of it. Dan, I have no idea what happened, man. I think I've got 2 lives running right now, and I can't figure out which one is which, so I don't want to stop one and have it screw up the other. when I first started the live today, it was black on my screen, and so I thought it was an error. But apparently it was streaming and I just couldn't see it. See, I'm doing it again. Sorry, guys. Let's turn that around and go right about here where I like to sew. Bad part about this is now I can't see the chat, so I don't know if anybody's talking to me. Whoops. Hey, Weasel, how you doing, man? All right, that's looking pretty nice. I like that color. It'll work. Doing well. Woke up to a little bit of cold weather this morning, so I can't paint today. So that's disappointing, but you know, good thing about having lots of hobbies is there's always something to do. Not sure where you are, but I hope you fared well through all this crazy weather we've been having. If you're stateside, that is. Right on. I'm a big fan of teal myself, man. It's such a good color. Any of the blues that are on the greener side of the spectrum. Oriental blues, teals, seafoam, stuff like that. Right on, man. We're down in Kentucky, and yeah, it's definitely been a ride. Yeah, the color just hits a spot. You know, it's like it's a couple different things all at once, but it kind of goes, I think, better than the primaries do because you can get a lot more mileage out of what you mix it with. It's one of my favorite candy paints. Well, anybody that watches me knows I like to use it. Um, for exactly that, it layers so well and changes color drastically as it layers. Well, not color, but richness. Yeah, we're up in the mountains, so we didn't have to worry about the flooding, but the wind was a huge problem for us. Anybody in the chat heard from CW? I saw some video this morning from Frankfurt, and I think that's about where he's at, and the flooding looked horrible down there. And then this is where you kind of see the patterns start to come together because the outer diameter of that centerpiece is just a little bit smaller. So it starts to give it a little bit of a poof as it squeezes in to fit. Is he in Lexington? I thought he was closer to Frankfurt. But hopefully he's okay. Good. Thanks, Michael. We drove down the mountain the other day, and when we got down by the Cumberland River, um, where the houseboats communities are, you could see the boat slips. The water was so high that the boats in the slips were just about touching the roofs. It kind of looks like those old black and white photos you see of California back in the logging days of the West. Just up towards British Columbia and stuff, where it was just, you could walk across the river. There were so many trees that they were floating down to the mills. All right. Where's my lighter? All right. It's going to need a lot of cleanup, but and then you can see the stitching on the underside. And my melt offs for the termination on the thread. And then we'll do it again. So I don't steal lighters from people anymore, man. Thank you, Grumpy. Pretty slow day today, so. All right, this is where it starts getting nuts. Gussets are the worst. Yeah, nope, back off the page. Actually, I'm gonna switch all back to the top for this one. Honked it up already. All right, so this is what I was talking about when I was telling you about how you have to keep your overs and unders straight. So you can see I was lined up, and then I got my crossover wrong. There we go. And so now you can see the stitch staggers. So now you have to go back through and hope you don't catch the thread. Yeah, it was 27 when I woke up this morning here. Oh, come on. Of course I did. Pierce the thread. Dang it. Was it, Dan? That's crazy, man. There we go. What did I honk up here? That's right. Back. In. Oh, I see what it is. I screwed up the first stitch. Gotcha. All right. I'm with you now. Not so frustrating when it's right at the beginning of a run like this, but I've been halfway through gussets and realized that 50 stitches back, I've made this mistake. And yeah. That'll really, well, let's just say it makes your Cheerios soggy. Okay, so that's the problem. This thread right here should have been here. This should have been over this one. All right, so now we're down to that third stitch. There it is, and you can see that it's considerably straighter now. Good afternoon, BK. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm glad you made it in too. Yes, ma'am, I am. I am making one of these for Zan, for her sewing. Uh-oh. Don't mistake it for altruism. I'm tired of sitting on her needles. These are a pattern that I get from a guy by the name of Tony, Diesel Punk RO. There should be a link in the description, but unfortunately there's not because I had to restart the live today. But I will be adding that back in after I go inside tonight. So that if you want to check out I mean, it's cheap. It's like $5 and you get the pattern for that. You get a pattern for a wallet. I think there's a pattern for a pencil holder that all comes in the same little group. And he's got instructional videos for all of them too. So he does, you know, he covers everything. And I think it was primarily designed for leather stitch needles, so much bigger needles than you would use for like English paper piecing or something like that, or quilting. But I put, instead of doing the millimeter or 1.8 millimeter holes that I did for mine, I used a 1 millimeter hole. Lost in the quilt you were finding them, Grumpy? Oh, in a waterbed. Jeez, oh man, come on. Yeah, I can't wait to take that thing back out of its storage bag. It's gorgeous. So I just stitched over that spot where I screwed up my hole punches. Let's see. So you can see right there. And if I would have thought about it and planned a little bit ahead, I could have put that piece here and then done like a cross stitch across the top, and it would have obfuscated it a little bit, but oh well. All right, now we're gonna do. Zan, do you want the little hourglass stitch on the side, or do you want a baseball stitch, or how do you want me to close that edge up?
Feed ship edits 2 p.m.
All right, so there's the, whoops, little hourglass. And then that just comes right off of this edge banding, and then you can see in the inside it's a, maybe you can't see on the inside. There we go. Just jumps down and catches, and then we'll do the bottom separate. But first, we need new thread, and I dropped a needle. In a second. Three. Nope. Nope. And that, folks, is why they sell needles in packs of 50. All right, let's get some polyfill. Yep, that'll be enough. Cool. Oddly enough, man, I used to do this in the kitchen. So all the little turds from all the holes I punched would be all over the place. There would be needles everywhere. It was an absolute mess. Oh yeah, when we moved, we were still finding them places. It was funny. I think it's kind of the bane of every creative. You just want to make the stuff. You don't want to clean up the mess making the stuff makes. That's no fun. Dan, I got all the lumber in for that kitchen project. I'm gonna send you my renders tonight when I'm done here. Let you kind of check my work. Dude, honestly, I never got an email from you. I checked my trash and my junk bin to see if it just got stuck in there for some reason, but that's why I asked on your live the other day if you had gotten it, because I didn't hear back from you. Dude, that sounds exactly like a mistake I would make. I swear I sent you that email. Oops. Get in there and stay in there. Weird. You see, man, sorry, Janelle. I don't know what happened. But I think one of them, and I don't know, is it blank video with just audio running, or do I actually have two video streams going? Thanks, Dan. I'll check it shortly. Okay. See, that's why I thought I had restarted it, because it was just black screen on my end. So out of curiosity, how many views and likes does it have? That is so weird. Nice. Hey, man, whatever gets them in there chatting, right? It all counts as view hours. To those of you that are in the other chat, I don't know what's going on, and I'm sorry that y'all are stuck over there. If you're interested, I do have another one apparently. Go to my channel and look. I don't know what happened. So I'm sorry. I'm over here making a leather pin cushion if you're interested. I don't know what YouTube was doing today. That's got to be really weird. They're sitting there listening to me respond to you guys in one chat and have no idea what's going on. I look forward to going back and reading the live chat, though. This is going to be amazing. I wonder, is the auto chat bot going crazy over there? I don't think Dan would block you, Janelle. We need you for our color therapy. Which, you being live this morning was on point. I really needed to just sit and chill and drink my coffee and be able to zone out. Nah, I don't care. Let them have their fun. Have fun, Dan. Maybe that's where Grumpy is, over there trolling them, since he hasn't been in chat here for a minute. Smart move, Dan. I'm guessing the analytics that I have up must be from the other one, because I'm watching the chat and I'm watching the chat numbers. They don't seem to jive with what's going on here, so that's funny. To those of you stuck in the other one, I'm sorry, and I will definitely try to do better next week. Still learning OBS and how to broadcast out of it. That's not bad. Be interesting to see what my total watch time is by the end of it. It says right now, if I'm thinking that this is the right feed, it says I have 14 watch hours over there. Holy moly. I know that kid. What's up, buddy? How you doing today? That is our youngest son that just came in, Mr. Rings. Right on. Yeah, if you guys are into, he fancies himself a musician from time to time when he's not working on top secret tech projects. You'll go check out his channel. He's got a little bit of stuff up. No, baby K, he's down in Austin. He way far away. All right. And there we go. Pincushion. I need to put directions on the top of this camera so I know which way to move stuff. All right. So how long have I been at this? Anyone? 2 hours? I'll do a little bit more. Okay, so did I just lose another needle? Oh, there it is. So, as not to be the first to use her pincushion, I will put these in mine just to get out of the way. All right, so we're gonna do a little 3-piece wallet. And I am going to use a couple of y'all are gonna love this. So I have this gorgeous brown hide that I picked up a couple years ago, and it is just absolutely beautiful leather, a joy. Oh, are we back? Hey, we're back. Hey, MG, welcome in. All right, are we still recording? What happened? Okay, all right, we're back. And getting dizzy. From the spinny. All right, I need... All right, take care, buddy. Call me when you get off work. Tonight, maybe, if you got time. If not, we'll talk this weekend. MG, you said Sweden, correct? If I remember correctly? Cool. We meet so many people in all these lives, and you try to keep track of where everybody's from because it's just neat to know what part of the world they're from, and then it just gets confusing after a while. All right, Dan, take care of yourself, man. No, you know what I might do? But I absolutely love the fact that the medium allows you to meet people you wouldn't otherwise meet. Like, I would never have a chance to meet somebody from Sweden unless I went to Sweden or they just happened to be around, you know, but here we are. What kind of stuff do you do? I've never done sheepskin, but I do have a pig hide inside, but it's a top grain, super, super thin that I use for liners. And I absolutely love that stuff. It is amazingly soft. You have to be very careful when you're tightening your stitches with it, though, because you will rip it if you're not careful. I'd imagine sheep hide's probably the same if it's not too thick. Right on. That's a good list of crafts. All right, let's see. So we're gonna put this here. So I need to go from here. Same thing. Back side. Okay, and then too much. Probably this one. Yep, that's the one. Okay. Catch you later, Suzanne. Excuse me. I forget I'm on the camera sometimes. think I'm going teal again because I really like the teal in that red. Maybe white. I think we'll do white. High contrast. Take care, Janelle. Enjoy your lunch. Thanks for stopping in. Might have counted counted myself too short on this one. We'll see if I got enough thread. I didn't calculate for doing 3 layers. I was still aiming for 2. We'll see in a minute. Uh-oh. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good question. All right, and there we go. So there we go. The pull up on this leather is just so nice. It's got great color to it. Super soft. I made a bag out of this stuff for a friend of mine's wife when they got married a few years back. And this stuff just ages so nicely. The paint wears thin and then the leather starts to show through. And it just gets this really well-loved patina to it. So every once in a while, I just send her a text, and I'm like, hey, send me a picture of your purse. I got to see how it's looking. And every time I see it, it's just, just looks like it's more and more loved, which is so cool. So, all right, guys. Well, that about does it for today, I think. Probably not the most exciting thing, but it gets a little shop time in, and the weather wasn't perfect for painting, so couldn't do any of that. But next week we should be back to painting, or I've got a project I need to do for my kitchen. I'm rebuilding the island, and I may do some of that on the live. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna do it live or not. Dan's better at that stuff live. I might just film it and put it down. But yeah, so it was good having you guys here today. I'm sorry for the confusion about the double lives. I'll go and try and figure out how to turn that off as soon as I get off here. So, but anyway, you guys are a great blessing to me. I appreciate you showing up and hanging out with me while I do this and coming along for my little adventure. And I will see you all next week. Thanks for stopping in.